1924 has been another impressive season for the Tricolor Football Club of Queen's University, and it looks like they'll have a swell chance at winning the Grey Cup for a third straight year. There's a great football tradition dating back to 1882 at this college in Kingston, Ontario. The Queen's Golden Gaels have twice won the Vanier Cup. Under the coaching staff of Doug Hargraves, this team has had 2 undefeated regular seasons and has been 5-time CIAU finalists. There's a lot of talent in the Queen's football program, and they've earned their chance to play in Toronto's Sky Dome.
Queen's football is an entertaining Saturday. It's a good way to support your school. If the football team always puts out an entertaining game, it's a lot of fun to come watch.
It's the focus of Queen's spirit. Everybody rallies behind our football team, even when we're not doing so well. I think you can tell that by even after a losing game, we still rush the field and sing the Oil Tide.
Pride in the school, good times.
These players are students, and they're pretty good athletes too, and that's the way it should be.
It's an interesting idea that the city is part and parcel of the importance of the university. This is most unusual because usually a university is sort of at one side of a city. In this case, the city surrounds the university. It's an interesting city. It's warm, it's welcoming. We have a wonderful symphony orchestra. We have theater, we have museums, we have all kinds of cultural interests. And the hub of the whole thing seems to be Queen's University. 150 years ago, an institution of higher learning decided that a very good place to locate would be on the shores of Lake Ontario in a very fast-growing port city called Kingston. And ever since that time, the university has been growing, Kingston has been growing, and now all of a sudden they find that they are shouldering one another for space. This is quite understandable. Not only do we have Kingston as a growing city, but we also have the university, which has become big business now.
Well, I came to Queen's because it has, the reputation of being one of the best academic schools in the country, and I really wanted to go for that. But also when I came to visit Queen's, it just seemed to be such a tight community, and I think that expectation has paid off. It's really what I've come to know and love about Queen's.
It's a very academically oriented school, but there's a lot of intramural sports that people can get involved in. And if you are interested in more advanced sports where the level of competition is higher, there's a lot to do there also.
Sports is such an integral part of the university, and whether you play a varsity team or whether you're on intramurals or anything like that, the thing is everybody's either a fan or you know somebody's on the team, so it's a really personal thing because it's a small university.
The spirit at the game is really important. In fact, usually you end up cheering and singing songs and stuff. It really keeps up the excitement and the atmosphere, and I'm sure it keeps the guys on the field going too.
Line. The Gales have been impressive so far. Early motion. I think Ottawa was offside. Pendergast throws, and he's got a touchdown. Shoestring catch by Beresford. Before he missed the easy one. Now he makes a great catch.
The reason why I came to Queen's is because it's probably one of the best academic schools in all of Canada. Also, with the football team, they've always had a very good sense of winning. They're always within the top 2 of their conference.
I came to Queen's because the coaches, from a football standpoint, gave me a very straightforward, honest approach when they were recruiting me that I didn't feel I got from anywhere else.
Certainly top-notch football program, without a doubt. The guys, the coaches, I think you'll hear that a lot. But and then certainly the fans. The student support is incredible. Just as a package, it's just great.
Academics always are placed in priority. The coaching staff really promotes that you take care of your schooling first and then football second. A lot of schools are orientated different, whereas football comes first at that school, but here at Queens, it's more the attitude, well, if you're having problems with your schooling, you know, take that practice off for one night, but you have to work harder the next night.
Football certainly is a fun thing and something that you can take a lot from, but academics is why you're here. That's how you got in, and that's where all your efforts should go into.
I think primarily academically I wanted to come here to get into the engineering program, which I felt was one of the better ones in the country and still do.
Well, I think the football experience is great in that it helps you deal with real-life situations, working in a team environment, working with a lot of people at once, obviously, and it just makes your life more structured, which will help you succeed later in life.
Being involved in the Queens football program is probably the single most developing part of my life. I think you just learn so much. The team atmosphere is vital for any group performance, but at Queens it's doubly so.
Our football team's strongest aspect, the intelligence and knowledge of our coaches. Our coaching staff is incredibly gifted in working with the tools we have. We're not always the most gifted athletes. We're not even close, but they always seem to find a way to develop us into a winning football team, and as time has shown, we've become a rather consistent winning tradition here, and I think the strongest point would be the coaching staff.
Queens football, in a broad sense, is about the combination or the search for excellence academically, athletically, and always in that order. Obviously, we've had success at one end of the spectrum athletically. We've got people like Shad and Climby who've gone on to professional football. They're only going to make a living for about 4.4 years, according to statistics. And then they're going to have to fall back on their education, which is, of course, world class because it's achieved at Queens. We've had the Rhodes Scholars like Charlie Galunik and the nominees who haven't made it there, who have gone on and done really well academically or pursuing PhDs or other fields. And we'll look back on their time at Queens as one of the highlights of their life. And then we have all the rest of the people who are doctors and lawyers and engineers, educators, businessmen, essentially in all walks of life.
I'm convinced that as far as sporting events go, the teams from Queens are in the place of professional teams in most other places. And the city is interested in the teams, they support them. They have fans that have been interested in all games for the last probably 60, 70 years, ever since they've been doing it.
I don't know if we have anything to say. I think I said what I wanted to.
I think we're pretty happy at Queens.
Yeah.
I could safely say that.
Yeah, I think that's probably
wise choice.
Yeah, after 4 years, I think you really have to ask yourself, are you glad and are you happy you came to Queens? And it's a definite yes on my part, and I think you probably concur as well.
I would agree.
And yeah, we had a great time.